And we're back with some more oxygen not included on our 141 dupe attempt. I'm going to say attempt because I'm not even sure I'll be able to do it. My computer will probably die before this gets to the completion. But right now we're 18 cycles in, we have 8 dupes under our belt, and we've got another one coming along quite shortly. Over here we're going to wall this area in. I'm putting in some insulated sandstone tiles just because there's an awful lot of heat coming off that for some reason. I know this isn't going to take care of it entirely. I should really go in and seal that off, but we just don't have the time or the resources to do all of that just yet. We need to get lots and lots of food and lots of oxygen production. So we're going to have to tap into this slime biome and get into mushrooms. Just in mushrooms immediately because it's it's the fastest way to get lots and lots of food up and running. We just don't have enough dirt and muck to keep running on muckroot for very long at all. So let's get this done. And our next duplicate choices are going to be... I love the way that poses it. So handy, that mod. We've got coal, which we can never take. We've got a triophobic. Triophobic again. So, triple triophobics. Okay, so we're definitely taking someone who can't dig. You know what? I was almost going to go for the animal husbandry, but a second researcher would really allow us to hammer out the research just a bit now. You know what? Welcome to the team, Decot? I keep reading that as Death Clock, but that's maybe because I've seen too much of that show. Decoth? Okay, you know what? Correct me in the comments. It's the only way I'll be able to ever pronounce that. So that's duplicate number 9, or picture number 9, whichever way you want to look at it. Research-wise, oh yes, we want to immediately get them into researching. We have just managed to get our hands on deodorizers, which is very important because we want to go chop up some slime biomes. I think, though, now that we've got that done, it's straight into ranching. I don't know if we're going to be getting into ranching straight away. I doubt it. We're going to be going for slime farms, or mushroom farms. But we do need the deodorizers over here because we need a bunch of them to make sure that none of the polluted oxygen in here gets out. We want to contain the slime lung. It's not that hard, it's just convenient if you could. Ooh. And I've installed the ranges mod so you can see the ranges on your deodorizers now, which should be very helpful. We'll just chuck a few of them here at the start just to make sure, none of the polluted oxygen gets out of here. And now we're going to strip mine out this polluted, or this slime biome, and we're going to start making mushroom farms. This is how we're going to be tackling the slime biome. The traditional, let's just rip it all apart and not worry about it scenario. A few dupes might get slime lung. That's okay, we can live with it. This might take a cycle or two. But while that's going on, we're also going to have to dig out an area here to put in our new farm. We'll just make that nice and big. We're also going to have to fill it up with carbon dioxide. It's the only thing that the mushrooms can grow in, but yeah, you know what? We will probably end up turning a very large chunk of this area in here into lots and lots of mushroom farms. We're going to need a lot of food as this goes on. Well, surprisingly fast. This is still not fast enough. We're about to have another dupe on our hands, and we still haven't got another farm up and running to support them. Also, oxygen is going to become a problem as we start running out of algae, but, we're going to have lots of slime lung infected algae from over here, and you've managed to trap yourself, Pika. That's not good. You know what? We're going to have to get you out of there immediately. Priority 7 on all of those. Yep, that's got to be done. Next up, we've got our another duplicate to add. Oh man, larva eggs, I would love those. Nope. We've got flatulent or unconstructive. Wow. 2 very tasty traits to work with. Well, I just don't want flatulent. They will fill up the base with natural gas. No, thank you. I prefer unconstructive over that. So, say hello to our 10th duplicant, or 10th Patreon, Jason Sutton. So they will be joining us, and I think since they're unconstructive, but they do have mole hands, I think we'll just make them a digger. We'll specialize them in digging for now. Our research is going by at just such a ludicrous speed. We've already finished the ranching. Having 2 researchers kind of speeds things up a lot. I think we'll just hammer out conductive wire anyway, and we're probably going to want to get metal refinement and a few bits and bobs afterwards. But from here on out, it's just going to be hammering out all of the tech tree. We've got most of the main basics we're going to need. Now it's time to start deodorizing this whole place so that we don't get any more polluted germs. How many germs have we got in there? Oh, yep, that's pretty nasty. A few people are maybe going to get a bit of slime lung, but you know what? We are not going to care about it. We're just going to stick down a bunch of deodorizers and worry about that at a later date. Whole place cored out. We've got 1 sick duplicant so far. That's zombie pops. They've got the slime lung. They'll be fine. They'll get over it after a few days. In here, yeah, it's pretty nasty, but it's all getting turned into clean oxygen, and soon enough that whole place will be nice and breathable. We do need, though, to fill this room with carbon dioxide. This is going to be our mushroom floor, though we're going to need an awful lot more mushrooms. I think there's only, 3 in there? Yeah, we got about 3 fungal spores out of that entire thing. It's going to take us a while to multiply the population, so good thing there's lots more slime biomes around the place we can demolish. First off though, let's get this sealed up, and then we're going to pump in carbon dioxide from the bottom of the map to sort of put a layer along here. They only grow in carbon dioxide. To dump in the carbon dioxide here, simple plan. All we do is we grab the CO2 from down here. The entire bottom of the map is just solid CO2, so nothing else should get complicated. And we just pump it right up there and dump the CO2, and it should float in between these two areas, and the mushroom should grow. Well, we'll find out very shortly. A couple of things we're also going to need. The carbon dioxide has been poured in, but we're also going to need slime to fertilize the plants, and we're also going to need something to stop the slime off-gassing. So we're just going to put in a box here. It's going to hold slime, and then we're going to dump in about 200 kilos of water on top of that. You know what, we'll put that to sweep only. I'll disable auto bottle. That will stop all the slime from off-gassing. Oh, and we've got another duplicate to choose from. Well, listen, this is a great big pile of nope. We've got anemic, which I will never take. The minus 50% to run speed, or the minus 5 just never goes away. Even if you max out their athletics at 20, that negative 5 still reduces them to 15. It's the worst. That just leaves the triophobic, which is fine. They can't dig. I can live with that. We can at least turn them into a mechatronics engineer. They can build stuff. So, say hello to our 11th duplicant / Patreon. We've got Fernando Garrido. Garrido? I'm going to mangle that pronunciation. I apologize. This should be just about finished. Are you done? Yep, we are going to turn you off. In fact, we can deconstruct you, and we're going to make sure that there's lots of slime topped up in there. How are we looking on the carbon dioxide front? Not so bad. That's going to take a while. It's a little bit high pressure in here. While that is filling up, we need to come up with more plans, because we need to keep expanding constantly. So, well, all of this can go. All of this can go. We're just going to expand into every possible place we possibly can. Also, I think we'll make a second mushroom farm down here, and we're probably going to have to make another mealwood farm to tide us over up here. That should hopefully keep us going for the next 10 minutes. Well, hopefully another few dupes. Now, how much algae have we got? 35 tons. Oh yeah, we need to start digging down here, and we need to start sorting out an electrolyzer, and I'd love if we could find a renewable source of water, but the only one we've found so far is a steam vent. Ooh, there's one there. Oh, I would so love to use the priority trick to see what that is, but we're not. We're going to have to go over there, dig it out, and find out what it is, and I think that might be a high priority. It has been a long time since I've played the Terra map. I'd forgotten that they've put in the saltwater biome. Right, so that means we get our hands on poke shells, which means steel is far more viable. Are they almost finished? Oh, and people keep asking me why I do this. Well, I do my digging up this way with the 4 tiles in here like this. That's very simple. It's just when they dig up, I like to give them enough room for oxygen to flow easily, so I make it 3 tiles wide, and then I add the extra 4th tile so that when they dig up rock pieces, those rock pieces are close by, and they can use them to build ladders. If you just build a tunnel straight up with no edges, after a while they have to go all the way down to the bottom, pick up material, and then go back up to the top. It just slows things down. So I usually just make it that wide, and it cuts back down on the amount of back and forth that needs to happen. And, oh yes, they should almost have it now. Yep. Our 2 diggers, Stephen and Flavored, are both ready for super hard digging. Perfect. That means we can now cut to anything, which is really good, because obsidian can't be cut by anyone who doesn't have that. So, let's find out what we've got here, shall we? Oh wow, new duplicant already. Damn, they keep coming too fast. I'm going to need more dining area space in a minute. Let's see what we got. Loud sleeper, yokel, and slow learner. I think I want me a second rancher. And while they've got +3 husbandry only, beggars can't be choosers. So say hello to Epsilon 4, our 12th Patreon at cycle 27. Oh my god. Let me double check this. I want to make sure this is only acting every 3 cycles. Yeah, next production will be in 3 cycles. Let me get them sorted out on their skills. Alright, Fernando and Epsilon have now got all their schedules, priorities, and everything sorted out. Everyone's been kept away from the top schedule, and... oh, come on, come back here. This just... oh, damn it, that's not going to be water, that's going to be something else. You can tell that's one of those longer, skinnier vents. Cool steam vent. Well, no, I'd really prefer something that just gives us water. Damn it. Okay, how close are we to the edge? We're actually close to the edge of the map there. Right, we might want to dig out a bit this side as well. You know what? I think we'll finish off this and then we'll dig out this side as well. Maybe we can find another vent over that side. But first, oh, almost forgot, we need another dining hall. I'm thinking we make this one a little bit larger than the last one. It's not that the last one wasn't great, it's just we might as well take advantage of the whole room size. That's it, 120 tiles. So let's make it a little bit larger than normal. That looks like a reasonable sized one. Now we just got to get a planter pot in there and get the water cooler up and running, and we're good. And you know what? Might as well double down on the bedrooms while we're here. No point being lazy. Let's just make sure we don't have to come back and do those at a later date, though we will have to scoop out some of the top here so we can get across in there and put in the roof. And there we have our new bedroom, and there we have our new dining hall. Let's see, let's make sure it's a room. Nope, there we go. Myrtleaf seed delivered. Second great hall, plenty of tables to go. That will keep us for a while. Oh, jeez, the amount of food. That is just a ludicrous amount of plants. I still haven't got into ranching yet, we just don't have the time. You know what? Oh, I want to dig down here and get all these mushrooms out. So I think we're going to be demolishing our second slime biome. I was going to go over here, but that has no mushrooms that I can see. And we desperately want more mushrooms. The more mushrooms we have, the faster we can expand our supply. And mushrooms are all they're going to get us through this for a while. It's going to take it 100 cycles at least to ramp up the ranching, and we'll starve to death long before then. So we need a short-term food supply to get us going as quickly as possible. So far, we've managed to find 12 more fungal spores, so we'll be able to expand our mushroom population there in a minute. But, yep, it's time for another duplicant because there is no rest from the amount they just keep throwing at you. Narcoleptic, slow learner, unconstructive, and mouth breather. Well, I kind of want to avoid mouth breather. Oxygen's going to be a problem long term. That leaves us with slow learner and narcoleptic. No, I think that's pretty easy. We want another farmer. We've only got one, and we're going to need a lot more farming being done. Say hello to Magnus Leiden. Well, I can't tell with that grav or fada, whatever you call it, above the E, so I'm going to say Leiden instead of Lydden, but yeah, that's just a guess. But big thanks to them. That's duplicant slash Patreon number 13. Dear Lord. Oh, and it's cycle 30. So do we need another... Yeah, we're probably going to need another oxygen diffuser in a minute. Yeah, no, I'm going to worry about that in a second. I'm going to finish this out. We're going to see if we can't get ourselves a few more of these. And who's suffocating? Oh, you. Get out of there. Now. Ooh, the game's already starting to slow down an awful lot. You can feel it. And we're only at 13. Oh, we're not even 10% of the way there yet. Alright, that will get rid of all the germs down there. We'll just wait till that's finished installing. And we... Oh, yes. All the mushrooms are currently going in over here. Our first crop is almost ready. That should work out quite nicely. And I think, yeah, we've even got some more down here. This slime biome goes on for days. I think we're going to keep burrowing. And we've also found another salt biome down here. Oh, no, we need to find a renewable water source. That's not a steam vent. Steam vents are just require too much tech to tame properly. Ooh, Flavored Jeans is having a bit of a bad day. They unfortunately got a bit of the slime lung, which meant it took them so long to get back to base, they're almost starving to death. Oh, that reminds me, I have to replace 2 of those fridges. I ripped out the food storage container and replaced them with fridges. You can just cram more into the same spot. Okay, please. Yep, oh yeah, so Flavored Jeans has got their meal. That should stop them from starving to death, but I'm thinking the writing is on the wall for scheduling. We need to start giving everyone an extra downtime slot. 3 downtime slots for all, and there was much rejoicing. Alright, with that done, what are we at down here? Ah yes, this is just about finished, at which point we're going to dig down some more. Why not? We need to get down to the oil biome at some point anyway, don't we? Well, I got good news and I got bad news. The good news is we've managed to dig down quite a substantial way through this slime biome and find an awful lot more of those fungal spores. The even better news is we've managed to find a saltwater geyser down here. Unfortunately, it comes out at 95C, which is a little bit unfortunate. We would have preferred something, say, you know, cooler. A polluted water vent would have been lovely, but we're not going to be that lucky. But at least we know we've got a decent source of water here. That's going to help us immensely. On the downside, though, we also have got another duplicate because it took so long to get down there. So, let's see who's going to be next to join the team. You know what? A third farmer might be worth it. The small bladder is actually bugged, supposedly, and it doesn't actually increase the bladder by 2% a cycle. It's something pathetically small. So, say hello to our newest colonist at Patreon, Laurent, coming in at number 14. Okay, so we're now 10% of the way there, and the game is already moving very, very sluggishly. I've no idea if I can make it all the way to 141. I think my computer might die before then. I make no promises. Let's see if we can't just finish off this slime biome, or close to it. Dear Lord, that's going to go deep. We might just dump all the polluted... No. I was thinking I might dump all the polluted water down on top of that, but I think I'll actually pump that polluted water somewhere else. We can still use that. Well, that's the end of the second slime biome. We've got plenty of mushrooms out of it. Totally worth it. I think I'm going to dump all that water from down up here down into the same thing. Might as well. Keep all the polluted water in one location. Oh, and we're going to start building our third mushroom farm. We're going to be running a lot on mushrooms. We have an awful lot of slime. 49.9 tons. Wait a minute. We had 70 tons there a minute ago. What just happened? Did we lose access to some of it? You know what, I'll worry about it in a minute. First, we got to finish this off. Alright, all of that water's gone. We're just about finished on our third mushroom ranch, or mushroom farm. Now it's time to go this direction. I want to go this direction, see if we can't find any more vents. This one's going to be handy, and we'll tap into that later, but for now I want to see if there's anything better. So let's start demolishing this slime biome. before we can even get our teeth even a little bit into that, it turns out it's time for another blueprint. Well, unconstructive is always a bit of a negative. Biohazardous, well, I can kind of live with that. Germ resistance is only a small loss. Plus, they're a quick learner. Science and digging, you know what, we'll take them. They'll make a good addition to the team. Say hello to Matthew Greening, our 15th duplicant and patron. Alright, let's time to get back to demolishing this. This turned out to be a nice and fruitful excavation. Not so much for the slime or the mushrooms, of which we didn't find, well, we didn't find as many mushrooms as we would have liked, but we did find this neutronium over here, which means there's another vent or geyser. Let's hope it's water. We need lots of water on this map. We've also found another frozen biome, or ice biome, which means more ice. Oh, that's harvest ready. Nope, not going to worry about it, We're going to break in here, we're going to see what's in this and see how our water supplies are looking. And now we finally get to find out what's in here, and it's an infectious polluted oxygen vent. Oh god. Never mind, let's see what else this map has in store for us. I think I'm just going to tap into this, might as well. I know it's a bunch of infectious polluted oxygen, but we'll find a use for it. Next up, what was it? Yes, how long we got left? Oh, 28 seconds. I'm thinking, I just did some math on this. This 2 sections here should feed about 17 colonists. So these 2 rows of mushrooms will feed 17 colonists all on their own. However, they'll consume about half a ton of slime a cycle. Yeah, we're going to run through our slime pretty quickly. We're going to be missing slime, which is a weird thing to say. But we're going to stockpile a bunch of food. I think we might have to set up infinite food storage sooner than I'd like. But we also need to do a bunch of other things. Namely, we need to get into steel production. But I think we're going to just dig down through here. We're going to hollow out this entire area and just go straight down. That water can follow us, and we can let all the chlorine wherever just sink down here. Without introducing it to our base, it'll become its own chlorine pit. The hydrogen will float out to the top. That we don't mind so much. Yeah. Oh, but first, of course, we have to deal with another duplicant, because of course we do. Well, I don't want flatulent if I can avoid it. Yokel is not great. Pacifist is a non-issue. I'm thinking +3 animal husbandry and agriculture, why not? So say hello to Grogden Freeman, which I presume is a wordplay on Gordon Freeman. They're our 16th colonist / Patreon. Alright, let me sort them out, and let's get this digging down here sorted. We want to demolish this entire biome. Actually, before we get into that, we should do a little bit of tidying up. We need to get rid of all of the bleach stone that is lying around the map. That needs to go. We can copy that in. You know what, we'll make that a slightly lower priority for now. We're also going to collect up all the algae and sensorilize it here to stop people running all over the place to pick up little bits and bobs. We are also going to fill up all of these with slime so that our farmers are not running halfway across the map to get everything. While everyone's doing their sweeping, I noticed we have a little bit of a power problem. This keeps getting brownouts. So I think it's time to double down on our power supplies. I really would like to switch over to conductive wire, but yeah, we don't really have time to wait around for that. We got to move fast. Oh, and that reminds me, I need another power unit here. By that I mean power transformer. My words lost me there. That should be a second power grid going up there. We'll have to... well, I want to make sure that our rock crusher gets used more because we need power going to that. We also need power definitely going to our electric grills to make sure we've got our food coming in. Right now those fried mushrooms are definitely kicking in. Alright, yeah, let everyone finish their picking up, and then we'll move on. Now that we have all these mushrooms up and running, I'm going to demolish some of these mealwoods. They're just taking up time that we don't need. You know what? You know what? We'll let some of that crop finish, but yeah, a bunch of these have got to go. Otherwise, we're going to fill up all of our stockpiles with stuff we don't need anymore. The mushrooms have taken up the entire slack, and if we keep expanding at this rate, we should be able to keep ahead of the requirements curve. After a full 3 cycles of sweeping up, we still have not managed to collect all the slime around the map, even with 16 dupes. It seems there's some things even large quantities of labour can't fix. Well, a mouth-breathing flatulent dupe. No thank you very much. That leaves us with a gastrophobic and squeamish, either of which I'm good with. I think we'll take the twinkle toes. Namely because they've got digging, which, you know what, I want even more diggers. So say hello to Benjamin Schneider. They will be our 17th duplicant / patron. And it's cycle 42. Yeah, food-wise, I think we're actually sort of stabilised. We've got quite a bit of pickled meal in the bank, muckroot as well, meal lice, and the fried mushroom seems to be just about tiding us over, and it should replicate just fast enough to keep us going. But it's time to dig down here. I've been trying to sweep up the slime, but honestly, there's just too much of it, so I think we just dig. Without Atmos suits, this is taking a little bit longer than I expected, especially considering our labour position at the moment. It's just more a case of the duplicants have to come down here and, you know, do their digging and then get out and start breathing again. Oxygen diffusers, I've started to daisy chain them down so we can start providing oxygen here. It the cloud's getting a bit dense, but we'll find ways to dissipate that later. For now, though, it's another duplicant, because there is no rest from the constant hiring. For this, I'd prefer not to get yokel and irritable bowel. Slows people down in the bathroom, which is normally not a big deal, but our bathrooms are going to end up very crowded in a while. So let's go with Stinky here. Their gastrophobia is not going to be a big deal, and we can turn them into a decent builder/digger. So say hello to Gabriel, or is it Gabrielle? We're going to go with Gabriel. They're our 18th hire and our 18th patron. One thing else I've noticed, I was going to cut it out there, but there is a vent down here, or geyser of some sort. Let's go down and have a quick look-see, shall we? By sticking in an oxygen diffuser down here, we've managed to provide some close-by oxygen supplies, so they don't have to keep running quite so far. I'd forgotten these little tricks when you don't have access to atmosuits all the time. Ah, damn it, what have you got in here? Okay, take that. Oh, damn it, you can see the wobble of whatever it is in there. That's not going to be good. Come on, let's cut this out and see what we've got to work with. We have a carbon dioxide vent. Well, that's 100% useless. Ooh, but we have another one over here. Oh, damn it, I was going to cut it out, but you know what? We can just have a quick look over here. It'll only take a minute. And we get to have a quick look. Come on, come back here. All right, give me water, give me water, give me water. The more water we get, the better. Okay, not that promising yet. Oh, that's very not promising. That looks like volcano. Oh, okay, well, we could probably do a petroleum boiler, but that's going to be problematic. The reason being, the bigger the things we build, the more it's going to affect our frame rate. We can't just build around survival. We have to build around being able to, well, get stuff done. And if we have a large volcano running, say, a petroleum boiler, that may affect our frame rate. Okay, that will affect our frame rate. Never mind a sour gas boiler. But we also need to be able to produce enough water to meet our needs, and, ooh, that's another piece of neutronium. Nope. Episode's got like I'm not finding out with that. Next episode we find out what that one is. Also, we've got to finish off demolishing that entire biome. That actually has been going quite well. In terms of resources, we got 84 tons of algae, so we are sorted on that front. We got 250,000 calories. We haven't even filled up our 4 refrigerators here. We're doing really well on that front. Those mushrooms have been working out really well for us. I'm starting to put in the 4th mushroom farm. I really think mushrooms were the right call. A couple of things you may have noticed, though. We haven't gotten an electrolyzer yet. Well, we can't really. All of our food relies on mushrooms, and mushrooms only have a survival range up to 35C, so I don't really want to go dumping a bunch of hot oxygen into our base just yet. We need steel and a few other bits and bobs. We also need to know where our water supplies are going to come from, and currently this one down here, we have this water supply down here, which is salt water. We've got a cool steam vent over here. We have another cool steam vent over here, and so far, that is our only water, which is, a little worrying, just to say the least. On the bright side, we've got some natural gas down here. Anyway, I'm going to cut this out here. I think next up will be even more demolition of the remaining map, and I hope you enjoyed and good luck.